Beep, 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 beep. All that's new and approved from the Jester. Good morning, everyone. How are we? Do you like my new jumper to go with my new glasses? I'd like someone to have a K's catalogue. I wonder how many people there are watching this who knows what a K's catalogue was. Those were the days. Like you could kill people with them. They were like that. Smack. Have that. What have I got for you today? Yeah, we know, right, okay, that when it comes to all this woke, gender, how's your father, queer business, right, that there is nobody, not one bunch of morons that is more captured than the arts. I've got a piece coming up on Substack, right, yeah, in a day or two. It's either up, I can't forget, I'm losing track of all this, in a day or two, right, which is about a Brazilian collective of queer artists who base their queer theology on Power Rangers. I'm not kidding. I'm not. If it's already up, I'll put the link in. Right? Okay, the Daubers. Right. So before we crack on about the arts or arts, the arts, right? Subscribe. Buy me a coffee if you can help, please, and become a warrior teacher. I've got new cohorts starting and I'm so excited I can't tell you. It's just these fantastic people from all over the world. It's the most exciting of things. God, it's good to do stuff, isn't it? Right? It's good to do stuff. So, the Arts Council. Right? And there's a boss of the Arts Council. Let me find this guy's name just so that we can get it right. I think it's Simon something, whoever he may be. He'll come up in a minute. But this was in the Telegraph. The Telegraph are doing great work on this front, aren't they, do you think? Ewan and his friends. Okay. So the Arts Council boss. This is another one of these quangos, mind. Close them down. Right? The Arts Council boss called gay rights charity Anti-Trans in Film Award row. You remember that LGBT Alliance was going to do a film about the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and it was all about Queens, men, effectively talking about gay men and history of gay men, that type of thing, which was part of their charity work, is sort of making historical records, or attempting to put together historical records, rather than being involved in the nonsense about queer history, which of course isn't a thing, right? Doesn't exist. Right, so this apparently a senior figure, Simon somebody, I'm sure it was, a senior figure at Britain's biggest art quango, branded a gay and lesbian charity as divisive and anti-trans days before funding was withdrawn. Days before funding was withdrawn. Oh my, has there been an ideological poo-poo by a boss at the Arts Council? So, separately, Arts Council England staff also posted comments about LGBT Alliance, claiming it was a cultural parasite. They are what they say, these people. They're just, it's pure psychological projection. We need an Arkham Asylum, don't we? You know what I mean? I'm Batman. We need an Arkham Asylum. We do, right, okay. Arts Council England staff also posted comments about LGBT Alliance, claiming it was a cultural parasite and glorified hate group that had neo-Nazi supporters. All these jackbooted women. And camp Nazis. In my case. Da-dum, 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 da-da-da-da-da. I died and Fuhrer, right, all that business. At a meeting of 400 Arts Council staff, Simon Mellor, Deputy Chief Executive, not for long maybe, Simon. Can you say P45? Deputy Chief Executive said LGBT Alliance is a divisive organisation with a history of anti-trans exclusionary activity, and that it was a mistake to have made the funding award. Impartiality, eh, Simon? There's any chance of a bit of that outside your ideological middle-class twattish art bubble? Or TWAB, for short. The grant was given to a second body, London Community Foundation, which then made the grant to LGBT Alliance. How good is that? The funding offer was withdrawn by the London Community Foundation on April 19th. Right, so this is all history, folks. We know about this, right? Because we've seen what happened before. But what we didn't know is what they've been up to in the background, which is this revelation along the sort of Woodstein level from the Telegraph, that the Arts Council, in a petition circulated by Arts Council staff, they essentially tried to shut the whole thing down and stop their money, which they were able to do. But it looks like there's been shenanigans in the background. And another unofficial post likened them to the Ku Klux Klan. They really are every bogeyman in the world to these people, despite the fact that these people are the bogeyman. After it was withdrawn, the charity made its film called Very British Gays about gay rights during the late Queen Elizabeth's reign through private donations. Arts Council, right? Kate Barker, the lovely Kate, managing director of LGBT Alliance, said, since our founding in 2019, LGBT Alliance has faced a relentless smear campaign. Yep, that's what it is, a relentless smear campaign. Including the bizarre accusation that we are transphobic and homophobic. There isn't any accusation they will make. We would expect any public organisation such as the Arts Council to engage with us before accepting as fact such baseless and provable false accusations. Well, it would be very hard to engage with them when the senior executive is the one that's making them. Isn't that right, Simon? God. Simon Mellor. Oh, mental Mellor over there. How you doing, Si? You're going to learn to say, do you want fries with that? Get these people out. The Charity Commission has recently launched a full statutory inquiry into mermaids, right? As you know, because that's all part of it. So essentially, it looks to me like a lot of these quangos are going to get themselves in trouble. That's what it seems to be. Free Speech Union's chipped in. Our Toby. Hey, Toby. How you doing? Our Toby's chipped in. I am shocked, he said. I would like to say I'm shocked. Well, just say it, Tobe. Don't hold back. I would like to say I'm shocked by the news that so many employees of Arts Council England have sided with the trans activists in their efforts to silence gender-critical voices. But that's true of most civil servants, I'm afraid. Arts Council needs enema. Just give them an enema. You know, I'll help you do it. Give us a shout. You know where I am. I'm the Tube. I'll give them an enema. Go in there, get every bit of paper on the desk, and I bet you within half an hour I could have got rid of at least 6 of them. Right? For politicising things, for being ideological, for gross misconduct in their role. In the summer, Darren Henley, Arts Council's chief executive, rather than Simon Mellor, who is underneath him. Maybe. It's art, isn't it? They do all sorts. Piss on themselves. Do dreadful things with, teddy bears. These aren't good folk. So the chief executive, who's really the only one that could come out to shout for old Mellor, wasn't it? He came out and he said, he denied at the Commons Set Committee that staff were involved in the withdrawal of funding, despite the fact that they've been bleating about it and putting it all over the place. And he said that what he was doing, Mr. Mellor, was expressing his own personal opinion at the staff meeting and was not reflecting the view of the organisation or its leadership. He was reflecting his own personal opinion at the staff meeting. This is your brain of the queer theory, right? At the staff meeting. It was his own opinion. It's not the views of the organisation. Darren Henley, this is the chief executive, denied at a Commons Select Committee that his staff were involved in the withdrawal of funding. Mr. Henley, here we go, will be further grilled by MPs this week. With Conservatives complaining that the body is wasting taxpayers' money on political projects. This is the equivalent, as I've said before, of a child getting caught under the stairs in a cupboard playing with its own faeces. So I hope the Tory MPs that are going to be grilling Mr. Henley, who came out to bat for the odious Mellor, right? That, get your questions right, guys. Expose these people for what they are. Show them for what they are. It's time that this wokery stopped, and particularly these political shenanigans at the Art Council, which is obviously completely captured along with most of the art world. So I think we'll keep an eye on this, don't you? Because it's fun, isn't it? It's fun watching them fall like dominoes. Schadenfreude. To take joy from somebody else's downfall. Or I much prefer the word jouissance, which is a French word, which is to take malicious pleasure. Ooh, a bit of malicious pleasure from somebody else's downfall. We need, and I've said it already, we need a council, we need something, we need to put together a kind of, let's get rid of these people group and start investigating various departments, and to do so with absolute brutality and with extreme prejudice. They have to go. They are what they say everybody else is. And when they uttered the words that LGB Alliance was a cultural parasite and a glorified hate group, what they were really doing was describing themselves. So I hope Mr. Simon Mellor and Mr. Darren Henley will reflect on the Farts Council's doings and maybe not be such twats in the future. Goodbye.